Hellos and welcomes back everyone. I'm Wolf here with even more Star Wars The Old Republic, playing as Vaedren here, my Imperial Agent. And where we last left off, we were on the world of Taris, which is here in the background. We were doing an operation sanctioned by a team of the Republic SIS, claiming data from a device known as the Ultrawave Transmitter. We also encountered another member of Imperial Intelligence who doesn't want us to inform our superiors of his personal project. Which is understandable, I suppose, considering he turns himself into a rat ghoul. Lovely. We also discovered, according to one of the implants within our spine, which allowed us to have some form of communication or hallucination of Watcher X, who informed us that the programming has been in our mind for a while and wasn't planted there by the Republic, and that it is highly likely that it was the Empire themselves who placed the mind control programming there. The somewhat hallucination suggested going back to Droman Kos and getting our classified dossier to learn what we can about this programming, if it's telling the truth. So that's exactly what we're going to do. We tried to tell our companions that there was something wrong once they found us kissing the floor. Unfortunately, the programming stopped us. Okay, so we need to get ourselves back into Intelligence Headquarters, which is part of the Citadel. For the sake of making things a little bit faster, let's make use of the Capital World Legacy ability. Who should we take with us, if anyone? Why don't we bring Dr. Logan with us as another member of Imperial Intelligence? He might be able to come up with a viable excuse as to why we're back at the Citadel.
Watch your back.
Agent?
What role should you maintain? My other companions are acting as a tank. Of course, having Dr. Logan be a healer would make sense. We'll have him play a tanking role as well. It allows us to have a little bit more DPS.
Destination? Enjoy your stay.
We should try and avoid Keeper if at all possible. don't want anyone to know really why we're here.
The dispatch from Cipher 4 is in. More Republic support on Manan.
Proceed with the operation. I'll hold on. Sir, I thought you'd been assigned to the front lines. What brings you to headquarters?
I have some research I want to do. I was hoping to visit the data archives.
Of course, but you really don't have to come all this way. I can assign analysts to you.
Go. They'll be suspicious soon.
You wouldn't believe how busy things have been here.
That's why we're here personally. Why busy the analysts when we can handle some of the data research ourselves? We like to keep our hands busy. Okay. We have access to the archives.
Look around. Security cameras, gas vents, lockdowns. Your personnel files are here, everything on your brainwashing. But you need to keep this secret.
What do you gain from aiding me?
Only the satisfaction of striking back at Imperial Intelligence. If you can find a power generator, you can sabotage security. You'll have a window in which to access the files unseen, but it won't last.
Christ, we've been tagged. Let's remove that tag, thank you.
This is Watcher 3. Cipher 9, are you down there? We're reading a power failure. The exit's sealed automatically. Android safeguards are coming online. They'll fire at anything. Stay put until we get the backup system up.
He can't see you. Slice the system while you can.
We have to act fast then.
Power reserves low. Access denied due to security lockdown.
Search records. Keyword cross-reference. Cipher 9. Watcher X. Killick joining. SLV-16 serum.
Searching. One record found. Displaying abstract. Security Directive 101-3A. I hereby approve the application of Castellan Restraints to designate Cipher 9. Despite his effectiveness, certain Lords of the Sith have expressed concern over his confrontation with Darth Jadus. Although the outcome was ultimately positive, no Cipher agent should ever threaten a Dark Council member. This safeguard will allow anyone with the keyword to shut down and reprogram Cipher 9's mind. He will be no danger to the Sith or the Empire. Security override. Terminal shutting down.
Keeper himself authorized these Castellan Restraints. Need to learn more about this restraint.
Power reserves low. Access denied due to security lockdown.
Search records. Keyword, Castellan Restraints and Reversal.
One record found. Displaying abstract.
In most subjects, implementation takes between 3 and 30 days, as the IX serum circulates and rewires the brain. Once the serum is fully absorbed, the subject is primed. We apply a keyword, basic commands, and wipe his memory. No way to reverse the treatment has been developed. Theoretically, one could repeat the cycle and apply a new keyword. However, physical side effects of repeated IX serum usage could prove inhibiting. I strongly advise against it.
Security override. Terminal shutting down.
Okay, so possibly re-applying this IX serum. May allow us to override and overwrite the current programming. And if we install a new keyword, one we only can use and know, no one else would be able to activate it.
Power reserves low. Access denied due to security lockdown.
Search records. Keyword, IX Serum.
Downloading chemical schematic. Displaying addendum.
We will be unable to formulate new doses of IX serum until our supply of Dimalium-6 is replenished. Recommend additional forces to Republic-occupied world of Quesh immediately, as the planet's chemical mines remain our only source.
Security override. Terminal shutting down.
Now you know. You did your job well, so they stole your free will. With the IX serum, you can get it back.
I gave them everything. They repaid me with this.
Are you really surprised?
This is Watcher 3 to Cipher 9. We've restored power. Please proceed to the exit.
Oh, we have a new intelligence report about what we've just discovered. Seems we've been given the... I suppose the... I almost want to say the recipe. The method in creating more of the IX serum. But one of the chemicals required is in low supply. But we know where we can get more. I was thinking recipe, it's actually probably more formula. I don't know why I couldn't think of the word formula for some reason. Got a bit of a brain fart. We're level 68 and we've been scaled down to level 17. That's one hell of a jump.
Cipher, I'm so sorry. Must have been a power surge. Probably lightning. You're alright?
Did the whole Citadel go dark? Or just the archives?
Archives plus a few secondary systems. No harm done. We do need to hold you until this is cleared up. Nothing personal, but you were down there unmonitored, and you know.
There's no time. The information I found is vital, and I have to reach a contact immediately.
Keeper said you might need a loose rein. Fine, but we may call you back later. Go.
They really do need to insulate those generators better, don't you think?
Indeed, Dr. Loken, indeed. Hopefully they don't access those terminals and discover what was the last thing that was read upon them. That would make things a little bit awkward. Let's get ourselves back on board the Phantom. We have our next destination. How long did they keep us with this serum? Was it 3? Was it 3 to 30 or was it 5 to 30 days? Either way, we were likely restrained and held by intelligence for at least 2 weeks, possibly even 4 weeks, and then our memory was wiped of the entire incident once the serum had fully taken hold. Very well. Decisions. We'll take a break here. Actually, we'll have 2 conversations. We're going to have a word with Vector and with Dr. Logan to see how they're settling in. I would like to speak to all our companions a bit more, get to know them a bit more. But just in case some of our companions want us to go elsewhere, I want to more focus this on the story. But of course we haven't welcomed some of our companions to the ship just yet.
Agent, we're finalizing our exit report for the diplomatic service. 34 pages of seating charts, ambassador profiles, and appendices. We'll transmit it to our superiors, and then we're yours full-time.
You're going to be an asset to this team, Vector?
We certainly hope so. You know, we used to advise first contact missions to new star systems. We met some unusual people, but we haven't had many new experiences since joining the Killiks. Time to broaden our horizons.
To see everything fresh, from a Killik perspective.
Something of the sort. Tastes, sounds, smells. They're all a bit different. But we won't bore you. Lead the way.
There we are. Let's see how Dr. Logan is getting settled in.
Cipher, I've finished unpacking the last of my equipment. Between your ship's onboard systems and my custom apparatus, you'll soon have the finest in-flight laboratory in the sector.
This in-flight laboratory of mine, does it serve a particular purpose?
For now, I expect to find it occupied by the Rakghoul data we procured. But I'm sure we'll find other uses. Officially, of course, I'm in semi-retirement, monitoring background radiation somewhere in the Zetan wastes. Unofficially, I'm very much looking forward to traveling with you.
What exactly is your position in Imperial Intelligence?
Let's just say the current administration is happy that I'm off Drummond Cass. But they're willing to turn a blind eye. Should you need anything from me, you only have to ask. Although if you want my genetic code rewritten, let me know before we leave the ship.
I thought you could become a Rakghoul whenever you wanted.
It's somewhat more complicated and time-consuming. Well, nothing to be concerned with, but rarely an option in the field. Good day.
So Dr. Logan says, but at the same time, we've seen him, especially in his tank stance, just transform in place. Okay. This is the perfect place to take a break once again. A fairly short part of the series, but an important one all the same. We've learned a bit more. Oh, speaking of, before we take a break, actually. There we are. This is the one we want. Oh. Was that something like us for a little while? Classified report. Do not remove from intelligence archives. In summary, the Castellan Restraints are designed to limit behavior modification in a high-risk subject. In effect, the subject is programmed to react to a keyword with total obedience. Long-term commands can be implanted, but with lowered effectiveness. Once programming is activated, the subject will be aware of his inability to control his actions, but unable to revolt. Procedure. Subject must first be primed with a dosage of the IX serum. The serum can be applied to the subject discreetly, like during a routine med center visit, but should be formulated based on a detailed accounting of physical and physiological factors. The serum circulates over a period of between 3 and 30 days, effectively altering the subject's brain chemistry. Once the serum is fully absorbed and the subject is primed, the subject must be imprinted over the course of several hours. A trained handler will designate a permanent keyword that will activate the subject's programming and open him to commands. Long-term commands, if desired, can be implemented at this time. No way to reverse the treatment has been developed. Theoretically, one could repeat the cycle and apply a new keyword, overwriting old programming, but the physical side effects of repeated IX serum usage could prove inhibiting. Notes: the Minister of Intelligence disapproves of widespread use of Castellan Restraints on Imperial Intelligence personnel, but has agreed that limited trials are appropriate. And again, we have some knowledge about the SLV serum series that we used on one of the slave leaders. We know about Quesh and the low amount of Dimalium 6 that is required to complete the formula. I guess Quesh is our next destination. So, it's likely that we got injected as part of a routine checkup, but after maybe a couple of weeks of R&R, we were drawn back to Intelligence Headquarters and primed with a keyword, and then our mind wiped of that programming. So we probably weren't held for 2-3 weeks. It was likely just held overnight. But it is something that the Empire did due to their mistrust of us, that we threatened and managed to restrain a member of the Dark Council, one considered second only to the Emperor for a while. In addition, there was probably some concern that we managed to deal with the prodigal Jedi. The fact that we were able to bring down Revan right after dealing with Darth Jadis was probably also a great concern. But we'll take a break here. Thank you all for joining me once again. As always, feel free to leave a comment if you so wish, and hopefully I'll see you for even more next time. Until then, though, take care. Bye-bye now.